Good Friday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith on this final Friday to the month of January the 30th, 2015. And we're waking up to some light snow and some light flurries around the region, so do be careful on the roadways this morning. And this morning we have cloudy skies around the region, and the winds are light out of the northwest, or they're calm, and the wind chills are pretty much around 20 to 27 degrees as a result of the light winds now, but that's all going to change in just a matter of a couple of hours with wind advisories in effect and wind chill advisories in effect too, but we'll get ahead of ourselves in just a moment with that. Cloudy skies and some light flurries and some light snow. Most of any of the light snow that fell last night centered around the northern half of New Jersey and the New York and Connecticut River Valley area, parts of Pennsylvania too. Generally was less than a half of an inch, so there is some compacted snow out there this morning. We're finding a few delays on the bridges and tunnels right now, also on some streets, and people making their way onto the highways this morning for your morning commute. A couple of accidents out there. Nothing major right now, but we're still not at the peak hour yet for the main traffic, so do be careful driving this morning. And right now we have basic air temperatures in the upper 20s to low and mid 30s across the region, and basically just a few flurries at LaGuardia and Kennedy. Teterboro also flurries at Islip, a little bit out there on West Hampton, on Long Island, light snow in Montgomery, and also up at Albany. Morristown, a few flurries here in the Newark area as well, and also out there in Atlantic City and Wrightstown in South Jersey. And we do have some light snow actually also at Danbury, Waterbury, Bridgeport, and also mixed precipitation in Groton this morning as well up in Connecticut. We have lots of watches and warnings or advisories out for this morning. We'll start in Sussex County and throughout most of northeastern Pennsylvania and also up the Hudson River Valley here into interior Connecticut. We basically have a wind chill advisory and a wind advisory in effect. The wind chill advisory from tonight through tomorrow morning, and this is going to probably spread out through the entire area, although right now it's just listed for this area. They're probably going to expand that. Wind chill readings as low as 15 degrees below zero, increasing the risk of frostbite and hypothermia, with northwest winds at 15 to 25 miles an hour, gusting up to 50 miles an hour. That could cause some tree limb and power line damage as well, and we're just going to be monitoring this through the afternoon. And the temperatures from late tonight into early tomorrow morning, without the wind, between 5 to 12 degrees above, and with the wind as low as 15 degrees below zero. Other watches, warnings, and advisories for the Atlantic coastal waters here. We basically have a gale warning in effect and an ice accretion advisory. Normally we don't see this kind of advisory, but that's what's going on. Gale warnings remain in effect from 9 a.m. this morning till 6 p.m. Saturday. For freezing spray advisories remain in effect from midnight tonight till 6 p.m. on Saturday. Again, northwest winds 15 to 25 knots, gust up to 35 knots through early afternoon, then increasing further with gusts up to 45 knots late this afternoon through Saturday. The seas building to 5 to 9 feet. Freezing spray with moderate freezing spray tonight and Saturday. And that's for the New Jersey waters, also for the New York waters from Sandy Hook out to Montauk Point, same kind of thing, right through Saturday. Morning pass of the visible satellite this morning shows lots of clouds, a few flurries, and light snow scattered about the region. And the water vapor channel showing just a little bit of low-level lifting here across Pennsylvania into the Hudson River Valley in Connecticut. The radar mosaic showing the same kind of thing. One band of snow or light flurries moving off the New Jersey coast and into another band here associated with another area of lifting that's going on right now across northeastern Pennsylvania into, central New York and the Adirondacks here just to the west of that, and also into Connecticut this morning. Here's our Arctic front is still back here, and a secondary front coming through as well. So it's going to be very windy and very cold, and dangerously cold to be outside late this afternoon and tonight and tomorrow. Morning surface chart from weatheroanoke.com. A digital atmosphere software shows the one disturbance in front moving through the region this morning. Be careful out there driving. Here is the cold Arctic front that will be pushing through the region during this afternoon, and everything behind this front means you're really going to have to bundle up. And for the aviational weather deck this morning, we have a few areas scattered about with some MVFR conditions that would be for ceilings less than 1,000 to 3,000 feet and or visibilities in 3 to 5 miles with restrictions from snow. Everybody else in the greens here is in VFR. And the majority of the terminals will be in VFR through most of the day. A little bit of MVFR this morning, and then that should be improving. Basically, the northwest winds will increase throughout the day. Expect the winds to stay to near 20 knots this afternoon and tonight, and gust will generally be at or above 30 knots through about mid-afternoon and then increase to 40 knots or better later today and tonight. VFR and windy conditions on Saturday. Saturday night and Sunday, VFR increasing clouds on Sunday. Sunday night and Monday, this is our concern. Widespread IFR and limited IFR, snow and mixed precipitation developing and spreading out throughout the entire forecasted terminal areas. Accumulating snow at Philadelphia is likely too. Monday night through Tuesday, improving conditions Monday evening. VFR Monday night through Tuesday. Right now outside of Newark, it's the calm before the cold, 32, 27 degrees dew point, humidity 81%. The wind is out of the west, basically at about 7. And the winds are really going to start howling in with gusts to better than 40 knots late tonight and early tomorrow morning, making the wind chills definitely about 0 to 15 degrees below zero, and it's just going to be extremely windy on the tarmacs for flights tonight, so you might going to have to check in. They may have a little bit of low-level wind shear or just restrictions, basically, as a result of these gusty winds, so check with your carriers if you're flying out. A few school closings, not school closings, but delays this morning scattered about the region as well. And that's actually due to the little bit of snow that fell overnight and this morning. So, at Philadelphia, getting back into the aviational deck, we're at 35, dew point 25, humidity 66%, the wind northwest 17, gust to 25 already. And the wind chill makes it feel like 25, but stronger winds and scattered clouds and improving conditions to VFR will continue throughout the day, but the winds are really going to start to crank. NAM 4-kilometer precipitation type and cloud forecast from Penn State's eWall site shows a little bit of the flurry action as the trough and cold front come through. Then notice the isobars are very tight. Pressure gradient developing and very windy and cold tonight and Saturday. And then we get into a clearer pattern, at least with the sky cover during Saturday afternoon, Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. But then things begin to increase with the cloud cover again, and then here's where we're talking snow. Isentropic lift with our system begins, and then light snow spreads across the region from the west during Sunday afternoon. Most of this staying to the west until about evening, and that's where the snow begins to start piling up around Philadelphia and southern New Jersey and the Delmarva, and we'll show you that in just a moment. Show you the forecasted air temperatures off the NAM as the front comes through. Say goodbye. Temperatures dropping tonight around 8 o'clock or so to the teens, with gusty northwest winds making wind chills feel like they're well below zero. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, probably temperatures at or above freezing, at or above zero in many locations. Interior sections well away from the New York City metropolitan area, probably at or below zero. These are actual temperatures, not factoring in the wind. So really tomorrow, this is some of the coldest air we've seen thus far this season. Temperatures tomorrow don't get out of the teens in many locations and go back down into the single digits and teens across the region on Sunday, with more cloud cover increasing to the west. Temperatures recover into the lower 30s, upper 20s and lower 30s throughout the region, and that's where everything begins to shift and our storm system comes in. Switching to the GFS panels, by the time we get to Monday morning, as the snow is ongoing, we have temperatures in the teens to the low and mid-30s, and evaporational cooling probably keep those temperatures into the teens across the north. And this is where the snow ratios could be about 15 to 20 to 1 versus snow ratios at 10 to 1 or so from central and south. So there's going to be a widespread disparity of not really so much the accumulated precipitation, which we think is going to be significant across the interior sections, probably north-central Jersey into the Poconos, northwestern Jersey, New York City, down even to Philadelphia too. The part that's going to be the hardest is figuring out the snow ratios with the given air temperatures. Okay, the GFS puts the snow to our backyard on Sunday afternoon. Super Bowl starts out with clouds and then light snow spreading into the area, and by the time the game is well underway and probably over, it's going to be snowing throughout a good portion of the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia metropolitan area. Pretty confident on that. And after that, well, it could mix in with some rain across the coastal regions, and down towards Philadelphia it could be a little bit of an icy mix. But everywhere north of that looks like it's still going to be in snow, and this is off the latest morning run from the GFS. Now, have to pay attention to the track, because if the track is a little bit further south, more of this area will see snow and obviously colder temperatures. So we're not going to go into the total snow accumulation, but if we did that, we can actually find that GFS is forecasting the highest amounts here at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 inches here, even spikes up to 10 inches across northern New Jersey, central and northern New Jersey, less amounts along the coast where it's warmer and mixing occurs. Again, this is a preliminary at this time. basically the CMC or GEM model is not showing the same kind of scenario. It shows much less. And we're pretty confident that this storm will continue to move rapidly away, and the snow should be beginning to taper off on a Monday night into early Tuesday morning, and then be out of here by Tuesday as high pressure and very cold air continues to build in. Notice the thickness is here at 516. This is an Arctic high pressure ridge building across the region. And then we have another clipper coming through in the northern branch by Wednesday. That could promote a little bit of cloud cover and isolated scattered shower or a snow shower across the region. But basically, we're not getting out of the woods next week either. It's going to be very, very cold. If we looked at the 2-meter temperatures throughout this forecast period, we're dealing with temperatures on a Tuesday into the teens during the afternoon hours, at night back into the single digits, and very cold conditions on Wednesday again. Afternoon readings on Wednesday back into the 20s and lower 30s, which is probably still below average, about 10-15 degrees below average for this time of the year, or at least 10 degrees below average, and then cold air builds in and out of the region throughout the rest of the week. So definitely going to be a cold Arctic week, and our main concern here is snow ratio, storm track, on Sunday night and Monday. But it does look like plowable snow at this point, and it could be moderate to heavy snow, especially the fluffy kind of snow, with the snow ratios being what they are with the given air temperatures forecasted. So button up your overcoat when wind is free, because it's going to be very arctically cold and dangerously cold to be outside late this afternoon, right through tomorrow night as well. And the wind's particularly strong from tonight through tomorrow afternoon. We're going to continue to monitor the situation for Super Bowl Sunday night and Monday. Looks like your Monday morning commute is going to be hampered by measurable and plowable snow. And no, this has nothing to do with the blizzard that just hit the area in some portions and not other portions. So I don't want to hear any comments on Facebook, Twitter, or Google Plus about this situation. Is not the same kind of setup at all. We'll be monitoring everything live as we always do on Garden State Weather, gardenstateweather.blogspot.com, Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You have a safe and enjoyable Friday. And, well, we'll be back in video form on Monday. We'll probably be doing live forecasting throughout Sunday and Sunday night as we get closer to our next snow event.